Tony Skinn goes to the free throw line, shooting 2. He's 2 of 3 this evening.
And an 81% free throw shooter. It's just the guy you want.
Miller and Wilson back on the floor for the Shockers. Ryan Martin goes to the bench. Carter is out for George Mason. It's Norwood, Thomas, Butler, Campbell, and Tony Skinn. 52.6 left.
Go through Miller, and he can throw the pass away, as we noted. But very good making decisions. How about this screen by him?
Well, the player is down for George Mason on Miller's screen. Campbell, Fowler and Campbell ran right in to Paul Miller. And he
timeout in Washington with 43 seconds to play. In Minneapolis, coming up on a minute 45 to play. Jim and Billy.
Foy over Williams and pulled down by Smith. Again, Williams in blue.
Smith is really bothered by that wrist.
All right, let's get you back to Washington, D.C. once again. 43 seconds on the clock. George Mason leading by 8.
43.5 to go. There's Butler. There's the trap working effectively again. Now Campbell gets it across the timeline.
Oh, he got away with one.
Yes, he did.
The carry.
30 seconds to go. Kuznard with a foul.
So close to taking aside that little extra effort on. And once again, offense for defense as they come in with Miller.
Butler shaking it off. He looked like he might have gotten a thigh bruise.
He's stretching that leg, yeah.
Shoots 2 with 30.6 remaining and an 8-point game. Take another look at this.
Well, the leg doesn't hurt the free throw shooting, huh? And you see how close he was if he got to the sideline. Kuznard could have held him on, but those things do hurt. I know you've had those when you're doing your Charleston.
Jim Larinaga, his team 30 seconds away from getting into the Elite 8. His wife Liz here. One of their 2 sons, John, is in the stands. The other listening on a cell phone in Italy where he plays basketball. There's the 3.
Hey, they're really yo-yoing the bigs in and out, getting the offensive productivity when Wilson can make that. This certainly helps the cause, gets them set up now with the timeout. Set their press up.
And let's go back to Greg Gumbel in New York.
So 23 seconds remaining in the game in Washington. We'll keep you updated. Let's go back to Minneapolis. A minute 13 in overtime. Villanova by 1. Jim and Billy.
Only to see Villanova come back, pull even, have a chance at the end of regulation to win it. A big block by Sean Williams of Boston College sent it to overtime. And now again, 5-point Nova lead in the OT is down to 1.
Smith got taped up. The trainer was working on him. He looks like he's not shaking that wrist right now. The possession arrow going in favor of Boston College. The game arrow in favor of this young man right here with the ball. He's so difficult to handle. And Villanova goes with the 3 guards and just going to take some time off the clock. And again, the key here for Villanova is you got 3 guys that can break you down off the dribble as the clock winds down. Not many teams that can do that.
That's Foy, past Hennett, drive it in, and Williams tried for another. Too savvy is Foy.
Jim, that's why I felt that some kind of crazy defense, like a box and 1 or something, to stop him is really in order for Boston College, because they got no one who can handle him one-on-one.
Over the top to Dudley, and he lays it in with 28 seconds.
And Ray too small for him. Well, there was a foul, but a little late.
Foul, Hennett fouls.
26 seconds remaining there. We'll keep you updated. Back to Washington, D.C.
62-55. Lamar Butler about to go back to the free throw line with 20. And Wilson and Miller, the 2 bigs, will come back on the floor now shortly for Wichita State.
You mentioned Butter on the free throw line. His stroke is pretty. He's the one that got him started. Look at that smile. Oh, that enrich a household.
Lamar Butler, 5th-year senior. He's 4 of 5 on the night. George Mason is going to the Elite 8. 21 seconds to go. And they will take on either UConn or Washington. Those 2 teams will play a half an hour after this one. He has been irrepressible. And from the moment he walked into the arena. And even that to the moment.
Enjoying the experience. And Jim Larinaga has done some great things with this team too. Played small, didn't have a great game from Jai Lewis, and they're just running the clock out here. And
here's Norwood. And appropriately, it's in the hands of Lamar Butler as the game ends. George Mason is in the Elite Eight. Incredible sign. You go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
George Mason not as strong at the end as they were at the start, but had enough to hold on and knock off Wichita State by a score of 63-55 in Minneapolis. Boston College and Villanova are in a timeout, 18 seconds to play in overtime. Boston College down one, but with the basketball.
Well, they'll look to get it inside, maybe play a two-man game with Dudley or Craig Smith. Villanova has to defend and then be ready to rebound.
That high-low game has been very effective. That's what BC's going to try to do.
Last 18 seconds of the first overtime. Once again, Jim Nantz, Billy Packer.
You know, Billy, you get to a point like this, there's so much. I think of the seniors. I think of a Randy Foy and an Alan Ray, or a Craig Smith and a Lewis Hinnett, about how hard they've worked for 4 years to get that one crack maybe you're going to get to go to the Final Four. And it comes down to a game like this, overtime with seconds to go.
Well, we saw two great All-Americans last night go down in emotional sequences with J.J. Redick at Duke and Adam Morrison at Gonzaga. It is tough to play that last game.
BC down one, 18 seconds. Into Dudley.
Frazier needs help.
Smith puts it up softly, and it rolls in with 12 seconds. Timeout, Villanova.
Frazier needed help. Nobody came down there to double team. I'm really surprised.
Smith just too strong.
Yeah, he needed some double team help.
Villanova's turn now to take a shot. Down one.
For all the extra hours you dedicate to your students, we think you deserve some extra credit. Serving the retirement needs of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA CREF, Financial Services for the greater good.
This is Gary Poole, a genial guy from Trenton, New Jersey. Gary's been married for almost 10 years, but until a recent trip to McDonald's, didn't know it. Gary had fresh brewed premium roast coffee with his McGriddles, and it was like he was seeing her for the very first time.
He had no idea we were married.
Gary thought she was cute, so it was okay.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Start your morning with richer, bolder premium roast coffee and add a warm, tasty McGriddles. Wake up and smell your life.
Villanova ball, arrowed to BC. Villanova out of timeouts. Have to go the length of the court, 12 seconds to go in this overtime, down one.
All right, do you put the ball with 12 seconds to go? Do you put the ball in Foy's hands immediately? Or do you have Lowry penetrate and kick it out to Ray or Foy? I think as tough as go ahead and take your chance. Let Foy have the ball the last 10 seconds.
As Jay Wright's wife.
You know where they met? First date at the Palestra in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That was the die cast or not? Only court in America I know the boards ran the wrong way. Or the opposite way, you know? Instead of parallel, they ran sideways.
Lowry to inbound. Looks like it will be Foy getting it.
Well, I think you should be double teaming Foy right here. Get the ball out of his hands. Boston College doesn't do that. Marshall on Foy.
Extend the career. Foy in the paint. Brought down by Williams. And it still belongs to Villanova. Another block by Sean Williams in only 3.5 seconds. They don't have a timeout. They can't set anything up on the sideline. Lowry to inbound. Here we go.
Really key right now. You've got to keep the ball out of Foy's hands if you can. There's a wide open
Sheridan and Fox. They're going to count the basket. They're going to count the basket. Goaltending against Boston College.
That might have helped Villanova because Boston College didn't get set up defensively. And Sheridan is wide open on the screen.
Remember, in college, you can block it off the glass as long as it's still on the way up, but that was coming down.
No question about it. An excellent call by the officials, and I really think that by Villanova not having a timeout here, It didn't enable Boston College to get set on the out-of-bounds play, and Villanova took advantage of it.
Boy, they beat him. They beat him with a pass with ease to Boston College, unable to react in time.
See, there was the screen away. Sheridan very wisely took it right down inside. And a good job by that was Lauer, I believe, making the inbounds pass.
Yes, it was.
Waiting and having the patience for the play to develop. And a good call by the officials. But they can only look at this from a standpoint of how much time is left. They can't question whether it's a goaltending call.
Yep. Checking the time and at what point. It says 2.3 right now.
Well, there's no question that Williams did get a piece of the ball. And Jim, you made a right call there. You can trap it. You can block it after it hits the glass if it's moving upwards. But you can see quite obviously this ball was on its way down.
Wow, could they get a better shot than that coming off of an inbounds underneath at that point in the game with 3.5 seconds left.
See, again, if you had the timeout, if Villanova had the timeout, they probably would have called it to set up.
And Patricia's reaction. Oh. Sheridan with 2 big field goals in this overtime.
Well, 3 seconds to go.
They do add the 7/10, and that's big.
Yeah, it is.
Another timeout called on the floor. Back to Minneapolis. And we're going to stay right here with Boston College having to go the length of the court, down 1.
Well, after what we've seen in this tournament, almost anything can happen here. Polino from Texas.
Could it be another one of those buzzer beater moments?
I'm thinking Hinnant. You don't have time to take the length of the court on a dribble. Here comes Hinnant.
Driving the right side, puts it up, and it's short, and Villanova advances
on a goaltend.
Villanova to the Elite 8 for the first time since 1988. And Rolly Massimino, well, really the father, it has to feel like father of the program. Won the championship with him in '85, and his protege Jay Wright now at the controls has his team 1 step away from Indianapolis.
Well, I think Al Skinner ran the right play right there, but Hinnant just didn't have enough for a miraculous shot. That was some comeback by Villanova. Great patience, tremendous substituting by Jay Wright.
He was Mr. Cool all night on that sideline, wasn't he?
Absolutely. Did a great job as a coach in the substitution pattern. To get a matchup did not work out for him, and he made the adjustments. Great job. 9 years the assistant under Rolly Massimino.
That's right. Villanova and UNLV. He is an assistant to Massimino, and there's Villanova, a 1 seed to the Elite 8. We had 2 lead changes here in the final 12 seconds of overtime. And the Chevrolet MVPs for this one. Well, Craig Smith, 14 of 14, closing out his great career at Boston College here tonight. And Randy Foy with 29 of Nova's 60. We're going to be sending you to Greg Gumbel in New York when we continue on the. It was going to be just like this, didn't we, Billy?
Absolutely.
A thriller here. Villanova advances on the road to the Final Four.
Sometimes just getting to retirement seems impossible. That's where we come in. As the nation's 401k leader, the Principal offers many simple ways to plan for retirement, making it easier for you to get where you're going. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
Fred, I want upgrades. More speed, better security, and I want options by Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
New York, we will keep an eye on this Washington-UConn game for you, but game 2 of the night in Minneapolis is about to tip. The Hoyas of Georgetown, the Gators of Florida. Let's take you to Minneapolis. Jim Nance, Billy Packer, and Jim Spanarkel.
We welcome you to Minneapolis. The Hoyas, the 7th seed in this regional, and taking on the Florida Gators that recently won the SEC Conference Tournament, with the winner of this one to face Villanova Sunday. 4. And hello, friends, again. Jim Nance, Billy Packer with you courtside here. And Billy, another good matchup here tonight. Just had an overtime thriller with Villanova advancing. What about the players to watch in this one?
Well, we have some interesting players who have played extremely well so far in the tournament. Nobody has impressed me more than Joakim Noah. He is long, he is quick, he loves to play. Tareen Green, Sidney Green's son, who has played a tremendous guard. Hibbert has come on extremely strong in the NCAA tournament after suffering up and down. And then Jeff Green, who I think is one of the most underrated all-around players in the country.
Well, look at Hibbert at 7-2 and getting better by the game. Going against the likes of Horford and Joakim Noah. They've got size on each side. And they're meeting here in the Sweet 16. We are down to 10 teams in the chase for the championship, with 2 more eliminated tonight. And this game is brought to you in HDTV by Harris Corporation, world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. The officials, David Libby, Joseph Lindsay, Tom O'Neill, with Michael Stewart ready to serve if called as the alternate. There is Hibbert. Billy. He had a big 20-point, 14-rebound performance against Ohio State. There he is, the sophomore from Adelphi, Maryland. And you saw Joakim Noah. You talk about impressive numbers. He is something else.
Jim, talking about Hibbert, considering the fact he was going up against Terrace Dials, the Big Ten Player of the Year. Dials had 19 points, but Hibbert was outstanding in that game. I never would have believed at mid-season that he would have been capable of a game like that in the tournament. Quite a difference in experience level between these two teams. Florida, extremely young. Georgetown players without great NCAA tournament experience, but they've been playing together for quite some time.
Here in the drive, Green lays it up in, and that was an award for the bucket.
Green plays like he's 6'5", but he's right at about 6'9". Noah will have his hands full with him. A lot stronger is Green.
Here's Humphrey, sharpshooter from 3, and long with his first attempt. And Green has it for the Hoyas.
And there was an example of his strength. Brewer not strong enough to get around Green. Bowman posting up quite a bit bigger than Brewer. You notice early in his ball game.
Green almost makes the theft. And it's off Florida with 20 on the shot clock.
Jim, when you look at these teams, like Horford is given up, what would you say, 4 inches to Hibbert.
Yep.
Green is not quite as tall, but much stronger than Noah. And Bowman, who is a good 6'9", has got a lot of size on Brewer, who's an outstanding defender.
And Wallace with 5 on the shot clock, floats, puts it up, and the ball somehow gets pinned.
The backboard has got a little malfunction here. They're going to have to get a little ladder help, I think.
Yeah, the side of it's come apart a little bit.
And the referees look up there and want one of these players to just jump up and smack it in place, but I think a ladder is going to be necessary.
They're going to send the teams to the benches as this situation gets addressed.
I don't see anybody running for a ladder.
Well, John Thompson III in his 2nd year at Georgetown, and what a job he's done after a 19-13 year last year. That was quite a turnaround in his first season. They come back this year at 23-9. And of course, Billy Donovan, Jeremy Foley, the athletic director of Florida, when he was just a 30-year-old, got him to the national championship game in 2000. Did Billy? In his 10th season, 221 wins. And Billy basketball taking hold in Gainesville, and he is some popular coach.
Well, he knows a little bit about the likes of Georgetown for the simple reason this young guy played in the Big East, where he was a sensational player in his junior and senior year after rather not much happening as a freshman and sophomore. Obviously led that team with Rick Pitino guiding them to the Final Four and regional final, where he was the MVP of that regional.
Well, you're talking about a Billy. Look what Bob Dekas has for you, our producer. There it is. Southeast Regional Final is what it was. And Billy Donovan had 20 points, 6 assists for the Friars as they came away with the win to advance to New Orleans and the Final Four.
And had to face another Big East team in Syracuse and get knocked this one on and lost to Indiana.
So the goal has been fixed, and we're back in action here with Tarian Green.
Got to switch. He ought to keep that dribble alive. Good move by Green.
Out to Brewer. He can fire it too. Stumbling around though, and the ball is picked up by Cook.
And there was the difference in strength. Bowman, a senior, much stronger, just used his lower body to make life miserable for Brewer. And here is that Princeton passing game. Nice job by Noah.
Yep, that John Thompson III brought with him from his alma mater, where he was a former captain of the Princeton team and 4 years the coach. Georgetown having trouble with it with 7 seconds, but still Green on the baseline, blocked by Noah. Now with 3, they did not get a new 35. Wallace doesn't know it. He has to put it up in time.
Good job by Noah to keep that ball alive. Numbers. Nice.
Back to Noah.
Hey, this Noah is long, Jim. You know, forget about height. He's a 7-footer in terms of the length that he's got out there on the floor. Runs the floor beautifully. And here we see a little zone right away by Florida. They want to get away from some of that back cutting that Georgetown likes to use.
Cook puts up the 3.
Push on the inside. Was that Green?
It's going to be called on Horford. Or it's going to be called on. It is on Hibbert.
There we see that good touch, but there is that Noah running the floor. Boy, he is a good-looking young player.
Boy, is he ever. And the numbers he's been putting up, the points, rebounds, blocks, assists, he's doing it all. Steals.
Well, he has to be one of the top 5 players in this year's tournament based on production.
Here he is, Noah, with Hibbert defending, and Hibbert does defend. And it comes back out to Wallace.
That 7'2" height's got a piece of that one.
Georgetown team's only given up 52 and 49 in the 2 tournament games. Side to Hibbert for the easy basket.
Well, remember against Duke this year, and Georgetown's biggest win to date, knocking off #1 Duke. Great move by John Thompson, and the fact that Hibbert really didn't fit for that ball game. So he took him out, made Sheldon Williams match up with Green. But Hibbert right now is playing much better basketball.
Feed to Noah, and Georgetown clamps down on defense. Ahead to Green. Wallace set up. 3, no.
Hibbert again getting his hand.
Bowman, he'll drive in and dunk it down.
And this is a much more athletic team than they're given credit for, this Georgetown club. And they'll come with Darrell Owens off that bench and makes them even more gifted offensively. But let's not take anything away from Florida. We saw how gifted athletically LSU is. They beat them twice this year, including a very decisive victory in the SEC tournament.
Al Horford hits the baseline jumper.
Zone defense, and I didn't to get in this ball game. Good outside shooter. But this takes away the offensive cuts.
Green steps in, he'll put it up. And it's Horford pulling it down at the other end.
Nice block out by Brewer on Hibbert.
Humphrey with the 3, and he drops it in.
You know, when you look at Humphrey's stats on the year, they're almost hard to believe. 99 for 212 from 3.
That's number 100 right there, in fact, which gives him the new single season record. He had 99 was tied with Anthony Roberson.
He's only been to the times this year, so it tells you we're not looking at a Kyle Lowry as far as a driver. He's going to stand out there in the perimeter and take those jump shots.
He's not looking to penetrate. From the corner, 3 for Georgetown. It's Cook. 44% on the season. Senior from Inglewood, California, drills it.
Game pace half court at a time so far. We think Florida would like to get something moving and get some fast break activities.
And great defensive job in the lane by Green to draw the charge against Horford. So Georgetown with a couple of early dunks and the lead.
Great, another Mazda sales event.
With a killer lease on Mazda 3. That thing stomped my Civic.
And it's got more power and room than Civic, Sentra, and Corolla.
Are we the only ones worried about all this?
Apparently not.
Ach du Lieber. What did he say?
It's the biggest Mazda's on the Move sales event yet. Lease a 2006 Mazda 3i for $189 a month for 39 months with $23.89 to at lease signing. Just $189 a month. Hurry to your Mazda dealer for a test drive now.
Time planning for vacation, then planning for retirement. Get ready to live the life you've been planning with the Hartford. Because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live. To live your future the way you've always seen it. To see your advisor about the latest products and solutions from the Hartford. And prepare to live.
Wow, that guy that took the elbow says he's in bad shape.
He's better now.
A kid from state may go pro.
He decided not to.
So Tech is favored to win.
They didn't.
How do you know?
This is...
Fine, phone boy.
Singular MediaNet. Latest scores, breaking news, bracket challenge. If you've got Singular, you can personalize your phone for NCAA March Madness.
To get a 2-for-1 deal in radial tires in here.
Singular, raising the bar.
Want to get away?
Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet specials, fly to $61.
Greg Gumbel in New York to update you on what's happening in Washington, D.C. The Huskies off a victory over Illinois, showing no fear of UConn. Jamal Williams down low. Will find space for the turnaround and the bucket. UConn's lead over Washington is 19-8. More than 13 minutes to play in the first half. Let's get you back to Minneapolis.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the men's basketball championship by the United States Army. Singular. Bud Light. And powered by Pontiac.
Well, let's take a look at the tournament summary. George Mason advancing to the Elite Eight with its win over Wichita State. The final margin was 8, but the game was never really in doubt as the Patriots took control of that one early. Tournament run for George Mason through Michigan State, North Carolina, and now Wichita State to take on the winner of Connecticut and Washington.
Congratulations to Jim Larinaga.
That's Wallace.
Wallace has had some
rebound.
Nice looks. Owens in the ball game now, much better shooter. Georgetown now can surround this 2-3 zone.
That's Owens, number 20. Here he is with the ball. And here he is shooting, but Bowman pulls it down, and another chance for Georgetown.
Well, if you're surrounding the zone, you got a 6'9" guy coming from the perimeter. He can go up there on those long rebounds and pick some off. He's sitting right in the middle of that 2-3 zone. A nice place to be.
In an open spot, and Green takes advantage, +1.
Boy, that was good movement against the zone right there.
So they have Hibbert on the bench. And with their second chance on the possession, they finally kick it around and find Green open. Second team, Big East, Jeff Green, sophomore from Hyattsville, Maryland.
I'm interested to see if Billy Donovan goes back to his man-to-man now with Hibbert out of the ball game. That was a tough match up for him. They were getting the ball inside so much. With Owens into the ball game right now, I think that the man-to-man for Florida may be a little better defense than this zone.
That's Adrian Moss, who helped bring the ball up, number 4 for Green. They've also brought in Chris Richard, number 32, in the Gator lineup.
Cook on Humphrey right out there, taking away that shot.
And Noah trying to make the move on Bowman, shut off. Now 10 on the shot clock. A hand signal from Green to the rest of the Gators. He's going to launch a long three and knock it down.
Line driver. He's almost a 40% three-point shooter. And without question has proved to take that shot, but an outstanding score. He's had 4 20-point games.
Bowman in the paint, kicks it back out. Georgetown really working it around with efficiency and spin move. Tough pass, but Bowman able to get it. And on the drive, he is hacked by Moss.
Tough break for Florida because that would have been a walk.
How about that 3 by Taurean Green?
He is downtown. That's a line drive shot, Jim. And look at the rotation on that ball. Not you'd see, but still goes in there. They stay in the 2-3 zone.
With Owens up high, now they switch over. to Bowman.
They're keeping somebody right in the center of the 2-3 zone at all times.
Look at Bowman out here. And they get the long rebound for Georgetown.
Well, because they're coming in with guys with size. You talk about Owens and Bowman out on the perimeter. Boy, when they go in there, they're just like big forwards. Good ball fake by Cook to try to hold that zone in one direction.
They've missed 10 shots early, but 6 offensive rebounds off the misses. Ashanti, Cook with another long-range basket.
I think we'll see Donovan get out of that zone, Jim.
That's 2 threes made by Cook.
Richards inside with Green. He is doing some pushing, gets away with it.
Really ever with that one. Humphrey takes the jumper and the tip up. No, Moss. Moss again underneath, and Wallace ties him up. The arrow is going to the Hoyas. Well, the Hoyas taking advantage of their second chances and hitting some long-range shots to lead by 5.
As y'all know, winning is a great feeling, and it's okay to celebrate. Says a lot about you. So, keep up the good work. Being responsible, respecting the law, celebrating safely. It's all about having a good head on your shoulders. Figuratively speaking.
A message from the National Association of State Universities and Land-Grant Colleges and Anheuser-Busch.
What happened?
I didn't see them.
Oh. Looks like I have to go to Home Depot. Yes.
The new power equipment is here. The Home Depot has the best brands in lawn and garden, all under one roof. Right now, get no payments, no interest on all purchases store-wide of $2.99 or more.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Take me right in the car, take me right in the car, take you right in the car, I want. Engine it go, engine it go. Turn my key, step on the starter. I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, I'm gonna run you home again, take me right in the car.
Sometimes just getting to retirement seems impossible. That's where we come in. As the nation's 401k offers many simple ways to plan for retirement, making it easier for you to get where you're going. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
You want a good breakfast and a good price? At Denny's, everything's good. Denny's new Pepper Jack and Smoked Sausage Scramble has peppers, onions, and cheese, plus bacon, sausage, and pancakes. One of 3 new scrambled sensations for just $5.99. You gotta come to Denny's.
More brakes than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the best. Midas, America's leader in brakes. You'll get pads or shoes for just $99.95 installed, backed by a nationwide lifetime guarantee.
Trust the Midas touch.
With Georgetown leading, the Hoyas reinsert 7-2 center Roy Hibbert.
And Jim, I think that this is a nice move by John Thompson because Billy Donovan was getting out of his zone deep, like he's going to go to man-to-man. We'll see when they drop back. Noah, big man up front here on this 1-2-2 press.
Walter Hodge defending there for a moment. Number 15 for Florida, his first play.
See, Donovan gets out of that zone. And good job by Georgetown working against that 2-3 zone.
It's Green with 5 on the shot clock.
Green's a good passer. Great job.
Down does Hibbert.
See, Donovan had to go to the zone because he had no matchup for Hibbert. Just when he's ready to go back to the man-to-man, John Thompson put Hibbert back in the ball game, and the matchup stays advantage Georgetown.
Green dishes, Noah, blocked by Hibbert, but not this time. Joe Keem.
Technical foul, I think, on Hibbert. I don't know if it's definitely a technical foul. Oh, it's on Noah.
That's why Hibbert was walking around smiling.
Hibbert was smiling.
Watch what happens at the end of this. First he lost it, blocked, put back.
You know what that was? It was verbal. Yeah, it was a
Had to be.
Yep, it was verbal, and the official happened to be right there to hear it, and said enough of that. I'll tell you, Jim, we have had some excellent officiating. You know, the big, what I loved in that last game, the big call, the right call, but sometimes that doesn't always happen, but everything that they made was right on top of the game. We got the best teams moving on, and we've got some officials that are moving right on with them, doing a nice job.
Ashante Cook hits the 2 technicals, and of course the Hoyas get to keep possession.
And that last game was not an easy game to referee with all that banging inside. Strong bodies, guys that like physical contact.
3 seconds in the lane on Hibbert.
And Hibbert's neckline. That's how much size advantage he has.
This Florida team with so many interesting sidebar stories with all the relationships, fathers and sons, and many other tales to be told. And that ball almost picked off. Yes, it is, as Green bounces it off the legs of Noah.
Very underrated, quiet superstar is Green. He, along with Rudy Gay, were the Big East Rookies of the Year last year. Everybody hears about Rudy Gay. Nobody hears about Green, but he is every bit the player, if not better.
Well, I said to you in that first break how impressive I thought it was. Boy, Brewer took a shot to the mouth. Slow to get back into his defensive position. He's still hurting.
He may be without a tooth. And if he has it, he's trying to put it back in his mouth.
5 on the shot clock into Hibbert. Backing in on Horford. Blocked by Horford. And tapped out to Green. Up 3 Green. Horford keeps it for the Gators.
That was not a bad idea by Green, pulling it up, because Georgetown dropped back, figuring he was going to throw the lob.
Horford puts it up wildly, and Hibbert brings it down.
Hibbert just got too much size for Horford, making every shot an experience.
I know Hibbert didn't play much in that Duke game. You said that, but how much has he improved?
He really has.
Marched on.
He really has improved. And again, it was a really good job. We'll see that hit right in the mouth. There's a shoulder right into the chin. Brewer stays into the ball game. He's still holding his mouth, but I think he's all right.
And that was the last time down the floor. This time he commits the foul. He's staying in. Green comes out for Georgetown. Owens is back in.
Nice patience by this Georgetown team. They just don't turn it over a lot. Only 17 turnovers in the first tournament.
Beautiful move, and what a start to this game for Ashante Cook.
Well, we're talking about a senior, Jim, going up against guys that haven't played that much basketball.
How about that then? Brewer at the other end. Took one on the chin. And then able to drive down and lay that one in.
We've got Hodge in the ball game. And again, this is a Florida team that not many people expected to be this good this year, losing 3 of their star players last year.
David Lee, 2 others, overestimating, I think, what would happen if they left, and Walsh and Roberson moving on, but this Florida team regrouped. Driving the baseline, no influence that, maybe blocked it.
And watch him run and handle that ball to break.
And Brewer running, and he's hit on the drive, and they're going to say 2 shots in the act of shooting. Foul against Wallace of Georgetown. It's 3 rebounds and a couple of blocks, but it's Cook who leads the way with 10.
Good morning, Mr. Long.
Close, but no CEO. CTS and the 400 horsepower CTS-V. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Hi.
No!
Use your Capital One no-hassle card.
Protect yourself with Capital One's low rates and great rewards.
I'm so there for you.
what's in your...
There's a line we all cross in our lives. It's the line between what can I have and what do I want. We each arrive at this line in our own time. But whenever that time comes, things will change just a little bit for the better. Right down to the beer you drink. Enjoy the golden, rich flavor of Miller Genuine Draft. It's beer, grown up.
So, you hanging up the whistle, eh, Coach?
Yeah, kind of hard to believe.
So can a girl buy you dinner?
Coach, sorry, could you help me with something?
Sure.
This goes up there.
At Applebee's, we do our best to be part of the neighborhood.
This is Bobcat 350 from weapons enemy camp. Orders to airstrike as follows. Grid, Echo, Hotel. Over. Overwatch. This is Call 2 in position. Over.
Jim Spanarkel here at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis. The Twin Cities playing host to the NCAAs again. They had the Final Four here in '92 and again in 2001. And the common denominator for those two Final Fours?
Club named Duke. Yep, not bad.
Won both championships that were staged here, '92 and '01.
Remember the Fab Five, that first go-round? Christian Laettner, back-to-back championships. Bobby Hurley, the MOP.
Remember it well.
That was right after Duke had beaten Kentucky in that memorable 104-103 game in Philadelphia.
The Georgetown break it. For a minute they had Hibbert wide open underneath.
Yeah, Bowman never saw him, did he?
Yeah, I think he was a little afraid. He saw one Gator close it in on him.
Yeah, but you could throw it so high up the basket. What is anybody going to do?
Bowman misfiring. Noah tips it to Green. Right back to Noah. And then the theft.
Nice
by
steal.
Wallace. Now it's Florida coming out with it. Horford.
Noah running the floor beautifully.
And a foul underneath against Georgetown. Georgetown's biggest lead here at the start of this game, 9. Florida had only one lead at 7-6. Bowman called for the foul for Georgetown, sends Noah to the line for a pair.
Now, Jim, everybody knows about this kid's lineage, but he really is a gifted young basketball player. Went to Lawrenceville Prep. We understand that he really wanted to go to Georgetown.
Well, that's the neat thing. Appreciation for Patrick Ewing and Georgetown basketball is what really made him want to become a basketball player, not follow his father into tennis.
Right. And how about the fact that Patrick Ewing Jr. is now at Georgetown after going to Indiana, so they were friends kind of growing up together.
Grew up together. In fact, the first time Joakim ever got a basketball was given to him by Big Patrick. Gave him a little mini basketball when Noah was about 3 years old.
Well, he doesn't need a mini ball anymore.
No,
because he is going to be a great player.
Well, when it's in his hands now, it looks like a mini basketball, doesn't it?
Probably right. That last pass to Hibbert, that goes to show you the difference. So we saw Smith in the first game where you can throw it low to the floor because he stays so low, but when the ball is thrown like that on a bounce pass to Hibbert, he has all kinds of problems with it. You got to keep it up in the air.
Horford challenging Hibbert. He gave up the baseline, and Horford runs around him and dunks it down.
A little difference when you have the advantage to be about 12 feet from the basket. If you're Horford, you take advantage of your quickness. If you're Hibbert, you want to be 3 feet from the basket. Just throw it up in the air.
Inside, Green's got the position. Tries the old hook shot. Oh, a throwback shot.
Minneapolis Lakers and George Mikan.
Right here in this great city.
The Mikan drill. And you know, when you think about that, we had the passing this week of Ray Meyer, who was one of the great ambassadors of basketball, the coach of George Mikan in college at DePaul.
Coming up singular at the half, Greg Clark and Seth, and if they're still in action there at And not at the half. You'll see the bonus coverage of Washington and UConn, plus the Singular Naismith update, all coming up. Singular at the half from me. Speaking of the Minneapolis Lakers and Mikan, it's a real legend here in the Twin Cities, talking about the great Sid Hartman, who was here. And he actually was the one who signed George Mikan to the Lakers.
What did he tell us? $12,000. So a little different.
And really, the sports legend here for so long. Would you believe he's 86 years old?
He knows his game.
Yes, he does. Knows his sports. And there is going back to Florida.
Nice hustle on the part of Florida. Getting some advantage with their quickness. First time in this ball game they've been able to turn it over. That was Hodge.
Noah, no reset. You know, Hartman was a general manager. We didn't quite clarify that with the old Minneapolis Lakers, and now a noted Hall of Fame sports writer here. And there's Noah inside. Tap one.
3 taps.
One more try with the left hand, tipped by Horford. Yeah, now that is Florida basketball there.
The youngsters just took advantage. Hibbert not quick enough to stay with them. They're so fast off the floor. Nice comeback by Florida to take the lead.
Yep, from 9 down.
Good double team there. Horford realizing that Hibbert's way out away from the basket. No problem letting him out there alone.
Green out there alone and gives the lead back to the Hoyas with the 3.
There's that versatility. He makes the hook, shoots the jumper from the outside.
Still loving that hook.
You know, the other thing, a Final Four, well, it really wasn't Final Four back in those days, but in '51, Kentucky played here.
That's right.
And they had a guy that had a hook shot named Cliff Hagan, who made that hook shot so popular for Kentucky. Kentucky won the national championship here, beating Kansas State.
And look at all this. It's Horford eventually, and he just a moment ago picked up his 2nd foul, so that's notable. He's out, and Richard replaces him. Wallace out for Georgetown. Cook with 10 points and having a big first half.
And I really think that Billy Donovan going back to the man-to-man has helped his team, even though he's trying to stay away from these backdoor cuts.
And that's Brewer. Put a hand out and going down, and Duncan, look out. Oh.
Well, terrific elevation. Hibbert, no challenge for him because of the quickness that Brewer has over him. Team is fun to watch from Florida, you know what?
Yeah, they really are. They can get it, really get you out of your seats a couple times.
And as we said, had 2 wins this year against Kentucky, 2 wins against LSU. Their nemesis was South Carolina and Tennessee.
Right. Tennessee beat them twice, so did South Carolina. Of course, they finally got the Gamecocks in the SEC Conference Tournament final, and Brewer had to swing on it just to protect himself on the landing.
And to slow himself down a little bit.
Yeah, boy, he was. Brewer can hit it from 3, too. He hit 5 of those already in this tournament against Wisconsin-Milwaukee. There's Cook with 4 of the shot clock.
A fade away on the shot. Wasn't squared up. Florida really getting up and down the court right now, taking advantage of their quickness.
It's Richard inside, and that's a big body delivering.
And Richard made that play by really hustling, getting down court before Georgetown could set up. It's a nice run by Florida. Owens stopped running. Was not a bad play.
This Florida team, they are lean and they play long, and they lead by 2.
16-5 run.
We had a gig in half an hour.
But with my allergies, I wasn't all there. I just couldn't sing.
I told her, you need Claritin D.
And I got Claritin Clear. Claritin D relieved my worst symptoms and cleared my terabast. And I wasn't drowsy.
Told you, nothing works stronger, faster, or longer.
Live Claritin Clear.
This is March Madness on wheels. It starts with the Pontiac G6, bringing more power than Mazda 6 and better fuel economy than Nissan Altima. Pontiac Torrent is the only one in its class with both a V6 engine and sport-tuned suspension standard, and each simply can't touch. Google Pontiac and check the stats for yourself. March Madness on Wheels is going on now.
Since you haven't had an accident for over 3 years, I got you a great discount. Okay. And I even got you a discount for having your airbags.
Booyah!
And because you have your renter's insurance with us, you save even more. Now you're covered, so to speak.
Oh, baby Yankee!
Join our 40 million fans as State Farm salutes NCAA March Madness. Call an agent today.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up. Free.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Your cat's in my garden.
All she ever said was,
What would you like my name to be?
got sexual.
They're desperate. Desperate enough to kill.
I've been working on something. It's the math of neurons creating consciousness.
That's amazing.
Numbers is back, CBS next Friday.
Where can you see Tiger like you've never seen him before? Where else? On 60 Minutes, Sunday.
Inside of 4 minutes to go in the first half, and the winner of this one faces Villanova Sunday in the regional final. Just think about that. Florida, Villanova, or would it be Georgetown, Villanova? Boy, does that bring back some memories, just the thought of that, and the '85 title game.
Well, Jim, remember that '85 Final Four, you had teams. And obviously Georgetown, Villanova, a major part of it, St. John's being the other one.
So Florida coming out of the break on a 16-5 run. And Green, he's hit one from way outside, not this time. Sapp pulls it down.
That was actually a better look than the first one that Green did make, which was about 3 steps further out.
And much more open this time. Owens, he confides off the rim, and it's Green coming in for the board.
And what's happening, no second shots whatsoever for Georgetown on these misses, because they are spreading the floor. With Hibbert out of the ball game, nothing happening down in the low post. Bad pass.
But Owens back to get it. Only 2 starters on the floor right now. Brewer and Green for Florida. And Sapp seeing his first axe down. Here's Sapp, must do something with it now. 4 on the clock. Green, Brewer got a hand in there, and they say he got a piece of the hand. So the foul with just a second to go on the shot clock. CBS Sports Line, your destination for complete tournament coverage. Get bracket updates, video highlights, and expert analysis for each tournament game. CBS Sports.com. It's a 1-and-1. Sending Green to the line.
Brewer with good defensive instincts. We almost had 6 players on the floor. Billy Donovan quickly.
I get to get one of you guys out of there, so Moss retreats to the bench. Again, 1-and-1 for Green.
Good job by Donovan to recognize that. You get a technical foul if that ball had been put in Green's hands.
Georgetown now can tie with this free throw. It's Minneapolis through Northern Iowa in the first round, and then the 2 seed in this bracket, Ohio State, and they put away Ohio State.
Second team all Big East player, and the most unusual game for Green was 0 for 5 against Northern Iowa. No points. Hard to envision that out of him.
Well, then Bowman came back, and he's good for 11 a game, and he had nothing in the game against Ohio State, 0 for 6 from the field. So it had one of their starters.
Richards trying to hold him off.
Almost stolen by Bowman.
Cook makes the switch back to Green, but gets there too late.
And Hibbert chases it down on a bounce.
So Green has missed 2 wide open looks and made the other one.
Georgetown can take the lead back inside of 2 minutes.
Hibbert looking for that pass over the top. Richards doing a pretty good job using that body on him.
Yeah, Richards not a guy you can push around.
Right.
Former teammate of Rashad Anderson of UConn, Florida. High school teammates. Tough pass, but threaded. Bowman in the paint, and it goes down and out. Back to Bowman. This time no good either. And Hibbert, and again they get another chance.
Oh, great
Hodge
play.
comes away with the steal. Gives it up, and Cook.
That ball's still alive. The official touched it. It's still good.
Well, he saved it for Florida.
Sure did.
That was going out of bounds off the Gators. Inadvertent. Green. Gonna pass. Push off call against Georgetown.
That pass that had been a bounce pass, Noah would have had a layup. Florida fortunate for the foul.
That's Bowman's second.
And Jim, on that, if the ball hits the official and he's in bounds, the ball is still in play. You don't say, well, if it hadn't hit you to gone out of bounds, the ball was still in play. Florida wisely went over there and grabbed it.
So Hodge to inbound. That was some steal he had too a moment ago. This half.
Well, you can see that the scouting report on Humphrey is you got to play him tight. He's going to shoot the shot. As we mentioned, he hasn't gone to the foul line much at all this year, which means he wants to be the standstill jump shooter. Charge.
Green running right over the Hoya defender.
Cook.
And Cook drawing that charge, the first on Green. Field. Sub coming in here. Owens back in for Georgetown.
Again, want to go back to this Florida team losing David Lee, 13 points, 6 points, 9 rebounds. Roberson at 17-5. Matt Walsh, 15-8. That's a lot of firepower to then turn a team around and have them right here in this regional.
It's a timeout called by the Hoyas.
Even those who spent their entire lives around trucks have never seen a truck like this. The Honda Ridgeline, the Motor Trend 2006 Truck of the Year.
This is Chuck. Chuck can tell you the circumference of the Earth.
24,902 miles.
The year the Magna Carta was signed.
1215.
Temperature of Lisbon, Portugal in May.
71.6 degrees Fahrenheit. 22 Celsius.
But ask him his credit score, and he's clueless.
Maroon.
It'd save you thousands on your next home loan, car loan, or credit card. Log on to freecreditreport.com and find out how you can get your free credit score and report with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
6,053.
Don't be like Chuck.
0.2.
Get the score.
We did it for the clutch players. New beds, new lobbies. Courtyards changed it all for the go-to guys. Deeper mattresses, crisper sheets, wider open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked, all new, all for the players who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
Start with a fresh brewed cup of McDonald's Richer, Bolder Premium Roast Coffee. Add a warm, delicious McGriddle's breakfast sandwich, and you've just brought your morning into life-affirming focus. Wake up and smell your life.
Class of '94, here I come.
When you Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, Moose.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
CBS Sports and Coca-Cola show how fans started up.
This is my dad, Bob Foster's sweater, and he wore it to every single UConn game. My parents have had season tickets since 1954.
No, I didn't jump on the bandwagon. I actually married the bandwagon.
Instead of going to the movies or doing family ski trip, we love you.
Just close.
We're the Foster New Brains, and we love basketball!
Jeff Green is the top scorer on the floor, 12 for Georgetown. Hoyas to inbound with 47 seconds to go in the first half.
Quietly, too, you know?
Yep.
12 quiet ones, and there you go. Billy Donovan goes back to the 2-3 zone.
Oh, meanwhile, Cook's got 10. This game tied at 28.
Green now way outside. Hibbert, tough touch.
Good touch.
Boy, beautiful touch for the big guy. Richards trying to beat him down the court. Billy Donovan wants a timeout to set up this last play.
And he says, we'll take our mini timeout with 24 seconds. And the Hoyas take the lead back by 2.
It's more speed, better security, and I want options by Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Ah, Rudy, why me?
Look, maybe I can get you some more time.
No, Tuesday's fine. I'll call CDW. We'll work out some options. Rudy.
Nobody responds like CDW. With fast answers to your technology questions, you get what you need when you need it. CDW, the right technology, right away.
Thanks for caring, man.
John Thompson, the third on the left here, the Southwest Airlines sideline report. Father and son, huh? That's his father with Kevin Harlan on the CBS Radio Westwood One broadcast. And, well, the Hall of Famer, John Thompson, you were there, Billy, for so much of his career, so many glory moments in his championship.
You know, we were kidding in between games, and he said, Kyle Lowry, that's the kind of guy I wanted to, you know, his team would be full of them all the time.
Let's see what Florida does here for the staff.
And then what did he say to us before the game? The big play in the UCLA game last night with the kids diving all the way out on the floor to make that play. That was a John Thompson type play.
He made the steal with about 2 seconds to go. And it's Brewer with seconds to go. Brewer still looking. Owens on him. Brewer turnaround short. And Georgetown will have the first half lead. Florida did not make a field goal the final 4 minutes of the first half. And the Hoyas lead it. And we're pleased to hand it in New York.
All right, Jim, thank you. So it's Georgetown by 2. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., they approach 1 minute to play in the first half. Washington leading UConn. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
1:14 to go before the break. Washington did lead by 10 at 40-30. Lorenzo Romar, time is called with 1:14 to go. Romar, the Washington graduate who came back home 4 years ago to lead his alma mater. And these two teams, both of whom the 80s per game. It's a 1 seed against a 5 seed. Mentioned a moment ago, they last met in 1998 in the Sweet 16. Rip Hamilton with a putback gave the UConn Huskies a 1-point edge. And Jim Calhoun said that game in 98 kind of set the plate for them in 99 when they won the national championship.
I mean, really, of course, Rip Hamilton with the putback. I think Jake Fosco missed the shot.
Yes.
Big Jake was making us now.
Brandon Roy. Jensen, good look, but short with the shot.
Look at the hustle.
Dentman with the rebound, pumps, puts it up. That's very short.
I don't think he needed that, though. You got control, bring it back out. You're the point guard. That's part of learning. Look over the top.
There's the trap, Bobby Jones. Armstrong, whoa, might have dragged the foot.
10 seconds. Look at, it's 10 before the foul. And they don't get the call.
They do not.
Wow. And Jim Calhoun again is in danger here. Patrick Adams not happy with him. George Blaney saying, I'll control it. And there's the great coaching right there. The former guard, Lorenzo Romar, talking to Dentman about what shot to take, when to take it, time management, understanding where you are during the course of the game.
Hilton Armstrong at the line with 44.4 to go. And he has struggled at the line 2 of 6 now. Shot 18 free throws in the first half.
That sort of bailed them out, too.
But they've only made 10. George Mason, big winner here. They jumped out to a 9-0 lead over Wichita State in the first game and won the game to advance to their first ever Elite Eight. Of course, they've won the first 3 games in the NCAA tournament history for the Patriots from Fairfax.
And the smiles on their faces, I mean, it's extraordinary. The reality of it is extraordinary.
George Mason will take on the winner of this game. Here's Joel Smith for 3.
And look at the follow.
Elevates to get the rebound, and Roy can't hang on. And here comes UConn, 3-on-1. Marcus Williams whips it. And a foul from Smith, a hard foul.
I tell you, that shows you something about the big guy. Josh Bone can test him, and his hands are absolutely, look at that. A snap pass, a great defensive maneuver here. This is just high-powered basketball at its best. Oh, put the shoulder pads on, but how impressive is that sprint and then the giveaway by Smith.
Boone Clank. 11 of 20 at the line for UConn. Marcus Johnson, the freshman from Los Angeles, Westchester, he is on the floor wearing number 1. It's Austria, Johnson, Rashad Anderson. 1 of 2 this trip, and Boone has 10 points.
If you're watching, you want the last one with a chance maybe to tip it in. And of course, UConn trying to get a stop, maybe create some havoc and get one themselves.
Saw the disparity in free throw attempts, 7 to 21.
They're going to use that high five to let Roy turn the corner and create.
Jones, little pick and roll, 2 seconds to go. Apple never got a shot off.
Great job defensively, taking the initial thrust of Roy away.
End of the first half, Washington by 5. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in New York. After this message and a word from your local station, you're watching our 25th Road to the Final Four.
The world has always been inspired by the sleek design and technological innovations of the Lexus RX.
Successo qualcosa?
Disaster. But now that we've made it even more powerful, the competition might find themselves somewhat at a loss. Introducing the new 270 horsepower RX 350 from Lexus, putting the world on notice yet again.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
I've been in both of your bathrooms. It's like a poodle lives under your toilet. That is a really great bra. What kind is that?
I'm not wearing a bra.
You know, you make it really hard to be nice to you.
The New Adventures of Old Christmas Monday.
Catch The Late Show with David Letterman tonight, only on CBS.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to our studios here in New York for Singular at the Half. Both of our games are at halftime now. Georgetown with a 30-28 lead on Florida, and Washington leading UConn 45-40. Greg Gumbel joined by Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. Let's first talk about and the Florida Gators and exactly what's going down here.
Well, it started off with Georgetown getting a hot start from Ashanti Cook. He was terrific. He's got 10 points in the first half, and he jump-started the Hoyas. Florida had to concentrate on the interior presence of Roy Hibbert. Ashanti Cook finding open spots on the perimeter, and then when guys came out to guard his jump shot, he went right by him with the dribble.
And we know that Georgetown has some big guys inside, but Florida does too. Georgetown able to in terms of offensive rebounding because of these long rebounds. These aren't around the rim, folks. These are long rebounds. Georgetown only making 3 of 12 so far from three-point range, but they're just out-quicking Florida to the ball right now. Maybe Florida's sitting back in that zone, a little bit passive defensively.
The big guy for Florida, one of them anyway, Al Horford, showing you his face-up game there. Look at the quickness to walk right around Roy Hibbert for the throwdown. Good work here on the glass. That, again, is Al Horford after Joakim Noah go down.
As we look at the numbers for Cook and Joakim Noah, you guys have made it abundantly clear that you feel Florida's the more athletic of the team. Is this going to wear the Hoyas down in the second half?
Well, Florida would certainly hope so. Georgetown is a little more athletic than people give them credit for, but in terms of getting up and down consistently for the next 20 minutes, that's something that Florida would like to use to their advantage.
I just don't think it's any fun playing defense for 30 seconds every time down the floor, and I wonder how that's going to affect Florida mentally. And, you know, they've gone this far without a big offensive contribution from Torrey and Green, but I think that Green and Humphrey are really going to have to make some shots, get that transition game going, get Jordan behind.
All right, guys. Meanwhile, in our game in Washington, D.C., it's the battle of the Huskies. The Washington Huskies with a 45-40 lead over UConn. How about Denham Brown?
Denham Brown has played excellent basketball in this tournament. Here you see the Huskies doing what they like to do, push it ahead, a quick hitting opportunity in transition, and he sprays a three. Good patience and poise here as he's able to get the defender up in the air, and Marcus Williams doing what he does so well, find defenders and then finding an open shooter.
Yeah, UConn shooting very well from three-point range. If not, they might be getting blown out right now. 6 for 9 in the first half. Marcus Williams is 3 for 3. You mentioned Denham Brown going 2 for 3, but I think that could work to UConn's advantage because Washington chasing them all over. They will get open looks from three-point land without having to create off the dribble. They got to knock them down.
Brandon Roy, one of the best all-around players in the country. He can do it a multitude of ways. There you see him showing you the hesitation dribble, catching fire from behind the three-point line. Game at both ends of the floor. Plays so much bigger and stronger than he is because he can use both hands. Look at him do it defensively. Pilfer, punch for points.
Now, we saw UConn coach Jim Calhoun getting after the officials. Look at the free throws. The Huskies have gone to the line 21 times compared to just 7 for Washington.
Yeah, it's not surprising to see Jim Calhoun talking to the refs a lot. I think he needs to talk to the refs less and his players more because they are not playing good defense. Washington shooting 47% from the floor. Most points UConn has given up in the first half all season long, and UConn sailing on their athleticism, but not tonight.
All right, guys, we'll take a time out here. Continue here on CBS in just a moment.
An idea is born to build a vehicle that defies classification, inspired by sports car design and propelled by a 320 horsepower engine. This brave idea is called the FX, and it's from a company called Infinity.
Hello. Hold on. It's for you.
Hey, we're up by 10. Later.
Why do your friends keep calling my phone?
Beats me.
It's not because Singular has the fewest dropped calls, is it?
Don't be ridiculous.
Why do you even carry a phone?
Because it's shiny.
Tired of dropped calls? Switch to Singular. Singular's all-over network has the fewest dropped calls of any wireless network. Proved it.
Love you too.
Singular, raising the bar.
It's over. Done. We nailed it. Real Coke taste with 0 calories. And now, before I lock up the secret formula, I'd like to share it with you. Share.
Coca-Cola Zero. Try it to believe it.
Is it true you do more breaks than anyone?
Absolutely. Is something burning?
Oh, those are Fred's old brakes.
Come to the best. Midas, America's leader in brakes. You'll get pads or shoes for just $99 by a nationwide lifetime guarantee.
Trust the Midas touch.
On a good day, I would barely make a splash. Now, I hope for as much impact as possible.
There are over 360,000 NCAA, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Here's a look at one of the 4 candidates who are finalists for this year's Naismith Trophy presented by Singular. Duke senior guard J.J. Redick averaged 27.2 points per game, second highest in the nation during the regular season, en route to becoming the ACC's all-time leading scorer. Now you can be a part of college basketball history. Text the word VOTE to 87654 to vote for the winner of the 2006 Naismith Trophy. The fans' vote counts for 25% of the total. 2 more entries into the Elite 8 earlier this evening. One of them, a great game between Boston College and Villanova. Clark.
We join it in overtime. Villanova's Randy Foy going to drive right to the rim for the layup. Villanova +3, 58-55. Then Boston College's Craig Smith going to work down low. The Eagles up by 1, 59-58. Then Will Sheridan going to get free on a nice screen from Allen Ray. The shot. Villanova +1, 3 seconds to go. Boston College with a last-ditch effort. Lewis Hennett at the buzzer. Well short. Villanova moves on.
Villanova's first Elite Eight appearance since 1988. Randy Foy, 29 for the Wildcats. Villanova prevails 60-59. Seth, George Mason, Wichita State.
It was all George Mason tonight, Greg. This is going to be Falarin Campbell with the baseline jumper. He had 16 points. George Mason shot 46% with the three for Wichita State, but they were 3 for 24 from behind the line. And that is Campbell inside the pass to Will Thomas. 10 points, 10 rebounds for Thomas. Tony Skinn ahead to Campbell. Skinn a nice game, 4 assists, 1 turnover. Will Thomas going to kick it back out to Jordan Carter. George Mason led this game by 19 at 1 point. Carter there for the three-point shot. Wichita State clawed back, never really had a shot to win. And what do you know? George Mason, one win away from Indianapolis.
This George Mason team, the first Colonial team to reach the Elite Eight since Navy back in 1986. Those of you watching the game in Minneapolis at half, those watching the game in Washington, D.C., Singular at the half continues after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
If you're looking for the best overall value in its class, check out the Subaru Outback. Right now, during the Subaru All-Wheel Deal sales event, get $3,000 in total savings on the Subaru Outback 2.5i Special Edition with the sport utility wagon IntelliChoice named Best Overall Value in its class.
Every day is a winding road.
Hurry in for the Subaru Outback. The All-Wheel Deal sales event ends March 31st.
Degree for men. 3 times the protection for men who take risks.
Introducing the brand new 99-cent Buffalo Snacker from KFC. 100% chicken breast smothered with authentic buffalo sauce and crispy lettuce on a sesame seed bun. And like the original KFC Snacker, it's only 99 cents. Heat things up for under $1 at KFC.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, fly to 61 destinations for just $49 to $159.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year, satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
Yeah, don't rub it in.
Oh my God!
Score! Catch a new survivor, CBS Thursday.
Only 10 teams remain alive for the chase for the championship. One less coming up after this one. We'll be back in a moment.
Fred, I want upgrades. More speed, better security, and I want options by Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Ah, Rudy, why me?
Look, maybe I can get you some more time.
No, Tuesday's fine. I'll call CDW. We'll work out some options. Rudy.
Nobody responds like C to your technology questions. You get what you need when you need it. CDW, the right technology, right away.
Thanks for caring, man.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, KFC, Chevrolet, and by Miller.
Georgetown's largest lead in the first half, 9. Florida came back, though, rallied, took a 2-point lead, only to see the Hoyas overturn that for the 2-point lead as we just about embark on the second half here, Billy. What a first half it was by Jeff Green, by the way. 12 points and led them in assists with 4. The winner moving on to take on Villanova Sunday.
Green comes up 4 for 7. He ends up with 12 to 4 assists. Just a good all-around first half.
So we're welcoming back for the start of the second half Jim Nance, Billy Packer, Jim Spinarco here in Minneapolis, and Florida with first possession.
Jim, right in front of us, Brewer taking that ball out of bounds. I thought he brought a lot of energy to the second half of that first half. Got his hands on some balls with his defensive quickness and really got out on the break.
Herford, who hit 3 out of 4 shots.
Took Hibbert in the first half on a 1-on-1 situation.
Challenging again, fade away, and Hibbert able to out control it away from Green, his own teammate.
Man to man. You remember in the first half with Hibbert in the ball game, Billy Donovan went zone. It didn't work out too effectively. He's got back to the man to man. A little pick and roll.
Lob it into the big man, 7-2. Hibbert, no whistle, he was looking for it. And Noah has it for the Gators. Florida with Green, yes!
I was watching him shoot around at halftime. He was making about 50% of his shots from 3. They had a poor looking rotation on him. That time he steps right up, good rotation, buries it.
Breaks out of basket going back to the first half.
But he was 1 for 4 in the first half from 3, 1 for 5 overall. Good start for Green.
Gives the Gators the lead back by a point. And now it's Green. Noah with the block. Green blocked again by Noah.
Great job by Noah. Look at him run the floor. Beats everybody down. There he is.
That's why. Right there.
Tell you, that young kid is good. First CC this year, after last year basically playing limited basketball. As a matter of fact, last year, in the last 8 games, he only scored 2 points for Florida.
Didn't even come off the bench, didn't even play in their first round game last year. And there is a foul on Green of Georgetown. Brewer with a little acting, got knocked to the floor.
You know, it's kind of amazing that Brewer can be in that league that's very athletic, the co-defensive player of the year, because he does not have a lot of strength, obviously no bulk whatsoever, good anticipation and knows how to move those feet. It's a silly foul by Green to go ahead and push him in that particular case. Pretty good acting job, but just a foolish foul.
Owens checks back in for the Hoyas, number 20. And now Green gets called for another one, just seconds apart, the 2 fouls.
And that's why that was a foolish foul, Jim. You know, you give away that cheap one that meant absolutely nothing. Now you pick up a foul trying to guard a guy that took you off the pass. Puts Green in some jeopardy.
Game, both of them coming here in the last 12 seconds. That's Brewer, and that's a hold on Owens.
No question about the calls here. Georgetown comes out very sloppy on defense. Noah beat him down the court the last time down. Then some cheap fouls here.
First personal, 13 foul.
So Horford looking around for options. Decides to take the hook, the half hook over Hibbert.
Good job by advantage of those fouls. Gain a solid possession.
First 7 points of the half to Florida. And stepping up the pressure. And that's going back to Florida.
I think a timeout by John Thompson. Get his team settled back down here. And he's going to take one, and it really was necessary.
Gators come out with a big start to the second half.
In leadership, no word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Like Silverado half-ton crew cab with more interior room than Ford F-150 Super Crew. Get a 2006 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew cab LS two-wheel drive starting at $22,990 after cash back. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. See your local Chevy dealer.
More Americans are choosing the great taste of Miller Lite. 2.5 million in just the last year. Imagine Miller Lite drinkers join together across this great nation from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. But after doing the math, we found that 2.5 million people would only get us halfway, landing on somewhere in the Midwest. But with more Americans choosing Miller Lite every day, you can almost smell the ocean from here. The taste revolution is calling. Pick up the phone.
Good news. I got promoted. Better news. I got DirecTV. My new office has a clear view for miles. My DirecTV has I have a $1,700 expense account. I have over 1,700 movies every month. I meet with the CEO every Friday. I meet the Fockers whenever I want. I just got an assistant. I just got 3 months of HBO, Starz, Showtime, and Cinemax for free. Can you give me the number for DirecTV? No. I don't think she heard me.
Get over 155 channels for $29.99 a month. That's half the price of cable. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
For all the extra hours you dedicate to your students, we think you deserve TIAA CREF, serving the retirement needs of those in the academic, medical, cultural, and research fields. Visit us online to find out how we can serve you. TIAA CREF, financial services for the greater good.
Some things you just can't copy, like Wendy's original spicy chicken sandwich. A big, juicy whole breast filet, covered with our own fiery blend of peppers and spices, and more heat. Don't clown around with copies. Do what tastes right.
Enterprise rental car for the game.
Yeah, they pick us up. Free.
Free pickup. They ought to be number one.
They are number one.
So if Enterprise is number one, why don't they have these?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
We are back in Florida on a 23-9 run going back to the late stages of the first half. We talked, Billy, about a Villanova-Georgetown regional final, but it also could be a Villanova-Florida rematch from the NCAA tournament second round last year.
That's right, the game in which Curtis Sumter was hurt. Not to return for that North Carolina game. On the arm by Hibbert. And what's happening right now is Horford is just taking him one-on-one in the low post. Nobody's doubling down, and his quickness with the turnaround jumpers is beating Hibbert.
Second foul on Hibbert, and Horford will shoot 2. Well, we talked about the first half, Noah and his background, his father, the French Open champion, Yannick. And there are so many other stories to tell, but Al Horford's father, Tito, who almost went to Houston, stopped off at LSU for about a month, but ended up playing for the University of Miami, did his father, Tito Horford, some 20 years back.
You know, and Jim, in these connections, Billy Donovan's all-time was against Miami and Tito Horford.
That's right, 38 points.
There's so many things that have come back in this situation where these guys had a connection. Nice pass.
It's Green and fouled on the way up. Foul against Torian Green. Well, Noah, with that defense, the rejections.
Jim, not only does he make the defensive plays, but after he makes down the other end, and then it makes a play on the offensive end, he has great speed.
8, 4, and 3 to this point. Green with one more.
Again, Green with a terrific overall season. I just imagine this, of where he plays and how he plays. Had 104 assists and only 78 turnovers on the year.
That free throw breaks an 8-0 run for the Gators. Only 1 of 2.
Noah with the big rebound coming up with this game.
Here's Noah working the blocks. Now working it over to Horford. Hibbert may have gotten a hand on that shot. And it's Green tied it up. And the arrow's going to Georgetown.
Brewer doing a pretty good job. As I said, he doesn't have a lot of bulk. Doesn't look like he has a lot of strength. But he hung in there with Bowman. or with Green rather. Wrapping, it hasn't been that effective.
We got Sapp in the game, handling the ball now, kicking it back out to Cook.
Humphrey, a good ball defender.
And that's an offensive foul.
That's
and
three.
Green, all three of them in this half.
And remember that cheap one. It will come back to haunt him. He's going to have to come out of the game. Bowman will come in. Green goes out. That really hurts Georgetown. Because they would, John Thompson would let Bowman in the ball game, take Hibbert out, and create a different matchup situation.
Those three fouls coming in a 1 minute 40-second span.
You just can't afford to lose your cool out there as a ball player and give up that cheap foul. The team needs you on the floor.
Brewer, last minute, gives it up Horford. Out to Humphrey. Jump shooter for three, no. And Noah over the back.
Says nothing, just was pushing Bowman on the play. And he acknowledges the referee. You were right. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wait a minute, his father was a tennis pro? That's not like them not to challenge the official.
That was Jimmy Connors, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a man named McEnroe, our own McEnroe.
Oh, good backdoor cut by Hibbert. Not seen.
Sapp quickly, corner, Wallace, big three. Down to two.
It sure was a big three because Noah was coming right at him. Good concentration by Wallace on the shot.
And a travel call against Green, and we're going to have a break. That three-point basket, the first field goal of the second half for Georgetown. Gators by a bucket.
Wow, that guy that took the elbow says he's in bad shape.
He's better now.
A kid from state may go pro.
He decided not to.
So when?
They didn't.
How do you know? This is today's news.
No, this is...
Fine, phone boy.
Singular MediaNet. Latest scores, breaking news, bracket challenge. If you've got Singular, you can personalize your phone for NCAA March Madness.
To get a 2-for-1 deal on radial tires in here.
Singular, raising the bar.
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
Seat wide during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Chevy Impala has more standard horsepower Camry. Get a 2006 Chevy Impala LS sedan with an MSRP starting at $20,990. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. See your local Chevy dealer.
So, what kind of financial help are you looking for? Maybe you need insurance to help protect you. Benefits to help your business reach new heights. Or a retirement plan future. Then again, maybe there's someone who can help with all of those things. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
There's something new inside Hershey's Kisses. Smooth, creamy peanut butter. New Hershey's Kisses filled with peanut butter. It's the taste you'll go nuts for.
Good. Well, I can't tell.
Come on!
Coca-Cola Zero. Try it to believe it.
So who do you like in the tournament?
The Hoosiers, the Hoyas, Gonzagas, Marymounts, Jumbos, Titans, Wahoos.
So you're really only rooting for teams that sound like women's breasts?
Totally.
This tennis star won the battle of the sexes, but who got revenge?
After she beat you, you lost any chance of going pro.
The reason. A CBS Sunday.
Greg Gumbel in New York will get you back to Minneapolis after we update what's happening in Washington for you. The Washington Huskies, led by Brandon Royce, 15 points, slow and steady, shooting 44% from the floor. UConn has suffered 19 turnovers. Washington in the lead. Back to Minneapolis.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Powerade. Principal Financial Group.
So we come out of the break with Georgetown about to inbound.
And a pretty good little run there by Georgetown with Green on the bench, Jim, in foul trouble with three. Florida picks up full court, and it really hasn't, in effect, turned that ball over for Georgetown. Cook has done a nice job. He and Wallace. Nice double team in the right place there. Good catch.
Able to squeeze out of that double team. Such a big target.
Matchup zone right now. Humphrey forgot what defense they were in. He was playing man-to-man. The rest of the guys were in the zone. He made a good recovery.
Cook, front of the rim, tipped out to Humphrey.
You know, sometimes you do that as a player. You get in the wrong defense, but it's very effective because the other team can't figure out what's going on. Humphrey thought they were man-to-man. And
Yep. Noah with the hook.
Well, we've seen the half hook, and now we see the job going on by Noah. We saw the old-timey running hook by Green earlier in this ball game. And there they stay in the zone. Hibbert in the center.
In the lane. Bowman's open, and he gets the bounce off the rim. He made only 1 out of 6 in the first half.
Jim Bowman here. We see the nice play inside with Bowman going, using that other hand, shielding himself. Had a huge game in the Big East tournament against Notre Dame. 9 for 17, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. That's been his biggest postseason game so far. And you pointed out, Jim, that Ohio State game 0 for 6 did not score. Hard to believe a guy can go from 25 to 0 in a period of 4 games.
Struggling with his shot really throughout the 3 games in the NCAA. Unable to complete the 3-point try.
Noah wanted that ball down inside on Bowman.
This is Hodge, who had 2 steals in that first half. Driving in over Hibbert, and it's Noah. Noah banks it down, and he's going to the line.
Whether he's down in a power position or running the floor, his length and his quickness pay off. I was kind of surprised to see that block shot not getting blocked, but terrific offensive rebound.
So Noah, who has the ability, as we've seen during this NCAA tournament and in the SEC conference tournament, can take over a game. His mother is here, Cecilia. There she is.
Jim, he had a ball game this year where he had 37 points, 11 rebounds against Georgia. That had to be one of the quieter big games in the country in terms of not getting a lot of publicity for it. But he shows some free throws
made in that game against Georgia. That was back on March the 1st.
Billy Dunaway goes back to his man-to-man. And you know what's interesting also? Georgetown tonight has not gotten one backdoor cut for a layup. There's Noah again.
His 4th block of the night. Leah Bowman with Bitson coming down with such authority. Owens in for Wallace.
Here we see Noah again. Take a look at what he's been doing in this tournament. First game, South Alabama, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks, 3 steals. That's been the kind of runs that he's been having in the tournament. Just terrific all-around play.
Georgetown with a long rebound. We saw a lot of that in the first half.
Owens hadn't gotten untracked, and Georgetown needs his shooting skills.
So Hibbert thought he was open.
Beautiful pull-up.
Cook and Sapp with another rebound for the Hoyas. 12 offensive rebounds tonight for Georgetown.
Florida really doing a great job taking away these backdoor cuts that normally in the Princeton offense are effective.
Hodge almost able to pull off a 3rd steal. Now Cook. Back out to Bowman with 5 on the shot clock. Didn't he do? Yes. What a move.
Horford thought that he would shoot it on the right-hand side. He took it right underneath there. Terrific play.
The senior from Santa Monica, California.
He and Cook high school teammates come all the way across the country.
Noah, tough pass, trying to hook up with Horford. Richard in, Brewer back for the Gators. And here you go. Battling the shot clock.
That is something. Moved it over to the right hand at the last second. Terrific play. Nobody helping from the weak side.
So Noah sits. They're going to give him a little added rest, knowing the next whistle is the under 12 break. Hibbert. The big body behind him, Richard.
Richard doing a real job pushing him about a step away from where he wants to be. That's a foul on the arm. No call.
That was Horford with the block of the Bowman jumper. They lob it over and a hold by Cook.
Good recognition by Green. Saw that Horford was being guarded by a smaller man. Just went right over the top.
Joakim Noah just loving it right now as the Gators have come back to take the lead.
5, 4, and the crowd goes wild.
Let's put your kids' dreams within reach. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Shop today and you could instantly win a VIP trip to the 2007 NCAA Men's Final Four or one of millions of Lowe's prize cards.
America loves trucks. Honest, hard-working backbone of the country, trucks. We're talking about the 2006 Silverado HD. With the available Duramax diesel, it's the most powerful heavy-duty diesel on the road. Long live Silverado from Chevy. See your local Chevy dealer.
Where are we?
Berlin.
No. Where are we after all this?
We've got new facilities, state of the art.
What's he doing?
Everyone's state of the art.
Better process. We're streamlined.
Everyone's streamlined.
What do we have that nobody else has?
Them.
People with software that connects and empowers them are ready to be your greatest advantage.
The thrill of white-knuckle driving obviously came from someone with white knuckles.
Great day, let's bring her in.
Formula One inspired Michelin Pilot Series high-performance tires.
Or not.
Turn your performance car into a 12-month machine. Michelin Pilot Exalto all-season tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
This is Gary Poole. Married for 10 years, but didn't know it until he had fresh brewed premium roast coffee and a McGriddles. It was like he was seeing his wife for the very first time.
It's all over again.
Wake up and smell your life.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
Well, 11:35 to go in this one. And Billy, what do you feel right now as far as the pace of this game, tempo?
I think the advantage obviously is Florida because they've got Green on the bench with 3 fouls. And if you're Georgetown, you want to stay closer, get back into the lead, and try to get Green back on the floor, but you can't bring him in. I'd say maybe another 2 minutes. John Thompson will bring him back in there and take a chance that he can stay away from getting that 4th foul.
Horford. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1. For Al Horford, just a sophomore.
And one of the youngest teams that you'll see, and particularly without the experience because of last year, most of these guys played very little basketball. Horford was one that did get an opportunity to start. The rest of them basically sat and watched.
Well, as Billy Donovan said, we don't care who shines and who scores the points. Our chemistry is the key. All of this having to band together. 3 upperclassmen you mentioned.
Well, you had Brewer and Horford played quite a few minutes last year. Brewer had 32 starts. A nice draw. Oh my goodness! How about it?
My goodness!
He's smiling himself there. That was some move. Those feet just kept moving.
I'm telling you, they got a 7-2 point guard here. They didn't know it.
Unbelievable. There was some real quickness there.
That was tremendous effort by Hibbert.
Well, Dwayne Bryant takes some credit for that. He played for him at Georgetown Prep. That was some move.
And Sapp comes in for the board, and Georgetown can come down and tie it with a 2.
A couple of strong rebounds by Sapp on both ends of the floor now. He's gotten some long rebounds. That one in congestion.
4 rebounds, Billy. Hibbert looking for the tie, and a foul first called on Chris Richard.
Well, we'll see some real action here. Look at this spin. Wow. And that was not a walk. To break your leg on. Pretty nice touch. Now we see the other hook shot. So we've seen all kinds of George Mikan plays tonight, Jim.
Maybe one more here.
Nice stop.
Put up, yes, put back by Green, who just came in.
And I thought that John Thompson would come back, take a chance, keeping him out of that foul trouble. He probably put him on that bench for about 3 minutes. Now he brings him back. He's got 3 fouls. Keep one, hurt him. You want to think Noah here if you're Florida. He's been kind of quiet. He wants the ball. He's being guarded by Sapp, who's much smaller. There it is. Good patience.
Green 3. And Sapp with a 5th rebound.
I think Green should have gone right back into Noah on that play. Noah was being guarded by a guy that was giving up about 5 inches.
Florida in a drought. 4 minutes.
Nice catch.
And Hibbert stuck underneath and trapped.
Blocked by the rim. He's tired.
Go to mycokerewards.com/NCAA to play Coca-Cola NCAA Championship Run 2006. He's coming out. And it is fatigue.
Yeah, he's just exhausted. That ball was blocked by the rim when he tried to go back up. He was a little bit too far into the basket, but terrific job on his part.
Bring back in Owens.
They're really scouting Humphrey, aren't they? They're not getting.
And there's the steal by Green.
Not a good pass. All SEC academic man, but not a good pass there.
Well, Florida had it up to a 6-point advantage. Hoyas come back to tie it. Take the lead right here.
Back screen coming up. The post up Green inside, no on him. Nice pass.
Into Green, Noah behind him, out to, like you said, Billy, they need his outside shooting. He had a good look that time. Brewer all the way over to Humphrey.
Nice recovery by Wallace. Humphrey wanted that jump shot. Just couldn't get any room.
Timeout called by Florida.
That's where he needs the pump fake and be able to drive by to get the jump shot.
8:37. That's all we have remaining here. Hibbert helping lead the Hoyas back to a tie.
Dad, it's the Army.
It's the Army.
No. I can still go to college.
It's the Army.
I'm going to be part of something that's important. And it's the reserve, so they'll train me around here until they need me.
Good training?
It's the Army.
With NCAA March Madness on demand, you can watch live tournament games from outside your viewing computer for free. Sign up at ncaasports.com/MMOD.
Jim, we were talking about the George Mikan moves and so forth. It's kind of interesting. You look back into history. In 1943, Georgetown played in the national championship against Wyoming. The team they beat to get there was Ray Meyer's the ball team with George Mikan. They never got back to another NCAA tournament until 32 years later, till the guy sitting right to the right of us, John Thompson, took him to the NCAA tournament. He keeps appearing tonight.
Quite a night here tonight.
He really has. All those hook shots that he developed.
5 on the shot clock. And stolen away as Owens forced it. He reached in on Noah, up ahead. And Bowman, no whistle. Green comes out with it.
Sensational play by Brewer.
3-point shot, no. Noah tips. Noah gets it back. And out to Wallace. Kinetic action.
Wallace has got some nice, strong hands. He's been an outstanding player for this Georgetown team. 104 assists, only 45 turnovers. Real solid player. Fundamentally solid.
Georgetown now has had a couple of chances to not only come back to tie it, but to take the lead. And stuck at 42 here for a little while. Owens.
Beautiful. There it is.
Beautiful pass.
That Bowman delivered, Jim, and great coaching for players to learn. Bowman realized Richards has not played a guy for a backdoor cutout at that distance. That was just experience taken over against inexperience.
Well, you were looking for that backdoor cut all night.
That was terrific.
Noah trying to bounce it in, gets it back. And whistle. Was the whistle first?
And there was Owens having a mental breakdown on his part. He's looking at the referee for help. Takes advantage. Picking up here.
Now the basket counts, and it breaks a 7-minute field goal drought. Another one looks like it's coming down to the last minute here in Minneapolis.
Introducing the new Chevy HHR. HHR, an American revolution. See your local Chevy dealer.
Hey, the guys are coming over to watch the game. Aren't you worried about them drinking all the Bud Light?
Not to worry. Look what I had installed.
A secret revolving wall. Dude, you're a genius.
Guys, hurry up! The Magic Fridge is back!
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Magic Fridge. Magic Fridge.
Rated T for teen. In 2013, a new breed of soldier will be unleashed.
Crosscom, on. Cover, cover! Go, go, go! Send in the bird! Affirmative. Apache's en route. Target locked. What's that tank? Move, move! Where's my Apache? Inbound hunt, Ghost Leader.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Discover the darkly hilarious Weatherman on DVD.
People throw shakes at you. You just read the weather.
See it, you'll be glad you did. Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage, The Weatherman, on DVD today.
It's over. Done. We nailed it. Real Coke taste with 0 calories. And now, before I lock up the secret formula, sure.
Coca-Cola Zero. Try it to believe it.
CBS Tuesday. Don't miss TV's #1 new drama. The Unit. CBS Tuesday after NCIS.
CSTV has even more March Madness coverage throughout the tournament.
NCAA March Madness highlights on CSTV tonight at 12:30.
Greg Gumbel in New happening.
Coming into the ball game for Tennessee, substitution. Under 9 minutes to go. The winner of this one moves on to face either North Carolina or Purdue. Pondexter, the senior, perhaps in her last game, drives to the bucket out of bounds. It'll be Rutgers basketball.
That's exactly what Rebecca said Tennessee needed to do. Force her back door, and they force her into the size.
Big East Player of the Year right now, shooting 7 of 15 from the field. Here she is over Zolman. And a battle for the rebound, a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Tennessee. Sybil Dosti with the foul. That's her first personal. For Tennessee, that's the team 5th.
First personal foul.
Great hustle.
Foul #4.
See how quickly Coach Stringer got out of the way right there? Good footwork over there.
You don't survive 30-something years of coaching without making some good moves.
Tennessee has done a pretty good job of taking defensively, and Rutgers really hasn't been able to generate any other offense, and certainly not off their defense.
That's Pondexter and Ajavon, and nobody else really has become engaged except for Essence Carson at times. Ajavon kicks it out to Carson just inside the 3-point line. It's one and done. It's a 2-on-1. Parker Dishes to Hornbuckle. That's going to be a hard foul. Hornbuckle goes to the free throw line for 2. That is the better option of 2, though, as Candace Parker maybe getting dunk number 3 in the tournament. Don't forget, for live stats and game recaps from all rounds of every championship, go to NCAAsports.com. NCAAsports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Candace Parker had a couple of dunks in their opening round game against Army. Well, what do you think about that? Do you think it's good for the game?
Oh, I think it's great for the game. It brings attention. It brings new people to the game. They want to come out and see her. I would pay for a ticket to come see Candace Parker play basketball.
I had a couple of my NBA buddies call up and say, Mark, was that for real? Did I really see? And LeBron showed up here yesterday. Get a glimpse of some of the teams and the players.
It's for real. And the backdoor baseline dunk is the one that we have never seen in the women's game before.
Hornbuckle with the free throw. It's a 12-point game as we approach 8 minutes to play. Tennessee 11 of 12 from the free throw line, so playing a complete game. Adjavon by Parker. Going one-on-one. That was a force, but she got very lucky on that one.
See if Rutgers can generate something with their defense here. They've got to turn Tennessee over. Tennessee has only missed a couple of shots in the second half.
Parker and Zolman have done most of the heavy lifting in the second half, and actually most of the game for Tennessee. Zolman closely guarded by Carson. Nice ball fake, and Shauna Syracuse, Indiana, hitting her with a little Hoosier hype in the ball fake.
Are you kidding? On the defensive player of the year in the Big East? How about that move?
26 points for Zolman on 9 of 13 from the field. The lead is 12, and this is a career high for Zolman at perhaps the best time. Actually, her career high is 28, so she's approaching. Nice feed to Kia Vaughn inside by Pondexter. Rutgers hanging around with under 7 minutes to go, and now the press by Tennessee, and Parker missed perhaps the easiest shot of the day for her. And she's a little incredulous at the miss. Rutgers trying to get it below 10 points with about 6.5 minutes to go. Pondexter into the double team. Campbell working on the glass and one. Michelle Campbell finally becoming engaged at the offensive end. That's her first bucket of the game. 8 for Rutgers. It is rough. There are mushroom clouds forming in the paint. That's how rough it is. Cappie Pondexter trying to percolate before it's too late. We'll be back after this.
So, John and I are thinking of going to Cancun, if we can find a good deal.
It's funny. So are Dan and I.
It's time to play Take on Orbits. Today's players want a total vacation, hotel plus flight, and must save over $300. Go.
I need to... Oh, that's outrageous.
Done.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's that easy.
Save up to $200 on hotel plus flight to Europe, the Caribbean, or Mexico, only when you book on Orbitz and go.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking fries can't actually be crispy out of the microwave, but they are. All right, you think that was just a fluke, don't you? Try another one. Crispy. Impressive, huh?
Yeah.
Converting the ultimate skeptic. That's the Ore-Ida Easy Fries. In just 4 minutes, you're eating the first fries to get truly crispy in the microwave. Ore-Ida Easy Fries.
Hey, honey, could you go to Radio Shack and give me the stealthy A900 by Samsung? It's Bluetooth ready. You can download music on it. You can watch live TV, and it comes at a cutthroat price. And it's sleek. Slick like Ninja Blitz. Sayonara!
Go lowest price ever on the A900 by Samsung. Radio Shack.
In these shark-infested waters, a team of scientists and one brave volunteer are about to find the answer to an important question. Is Diet Mountain Dew as much of a thrill as regular Dew? The result, Mountain Dew is all the dew with none of the calories.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is presented by Orbitz.com. It's that easy. Orbitz and go.
Number 2 seed Tennessee leading number 3 seed Rutgers by 8 with 6:27 to go in the second half. I'm Mark Jones along with Deb Antonelli and Rebecca Lobo courtside here at Quicken Loans Trigger, drawing on all those years of experience right now and trying to get her team back into this game. They're only down 8, Debbie. We were talking about it during the break, but it doesn't feel like they're in this game as much as they should be at this point and threatening.
Well, Tennessee's done a terrific job communicating in their defense on how to guard Pondexter, and Cappy Pondexter has been working and trying to make something happen offensively. It's time for others to make a move, and we've seen the last couple of baskets for Rutgers have been in the paint. If they can score here, they can get in their defense, but they're dizzy over and allow them to have easy buckets.
Campbell with 3 points in the game. Lead is down to 7 with 6:27 to go, and here's that press. Going to be a holding foul against Pondexter, who had both hands on Parker. You see the logo, the WNBA logo on Cappy Pondexter's right shoulder. She's had that for a couple of years, and she doesn't want to move on there too soon. She'd like this ride to last a little bit longer.
Cappy Pondexter, I mean, she was a partial qualifier coming into college. She earned her 5th year back, and she decided to take it. She could have gone to the WNBA, but she wanted to come back and play. She wanted to help her team. She thought the chemistry would be special. Plus, she wanted to work on her own individual skill set, and she thought Coach Stringer would help her with that.
Talked about the inspirational words she shared a year ago after the loss against Tennessee with John Chaney, the head coach, former head coach at Temple. Inside the room before she met with the media, he scolded her, said, "You're as good as anybody in the country." There's only 6:25 to go, perhaps, in Cappy Pondexter's collegiate career. It's time to step on it, which she does, goes to the basket and fouled by Candace Parker. And for more on Pondexter, let's go to Rebecca.
Well, Debbie, you talked about Cappy making the decision to come back and not go to the WNBA draft last season. Well, she told me she